Yes, everybody, welcome back to the City Space channel. Today we're doing player ratings from the game that just ended about 20 minutes ago, Fulham versus Manchester City. We're straight on into this. We're going to be using this website called Chosen 11 for the ratings and FOTMob for the stats. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So Edison, let's have a look at his stats. Played 90 minutes in the game, conceded 1 goal, 75% pass accuracy, 45% long ball accuracy, 1 throw, 3 recoveries, 30 touches in the game, no saves in the game. For me, Edison played an okay game. It wasn't brilliant, it wasn't bad, it was okay. The yellow card at the end was really helpful for the time wasting, just to kind of get us through the game. I'm going to give Edison a 6.3 out of 10. So we come here, 6.3 out of 10. Next up, Kyle Walker, who played 90 minutes in the game, 89% pass accuracy, 124 touches, 24 passes into the final third, 85% accurate long balls, dispossessed once, 1 clearance, 1 headed clearance, 1 interception, 8 recoveries. He won none of his ground duels and none of his aerial duels. He committed 2 fouls. Kyle Walker, for me, just wasn't on it today, man. He just was not the Kyle Walker that we're used to seeing. His passes were off, simple 5-yard passes. He just wasn't really defending really well either. So I'm going to give Kyle Walker a 6.7. Yeah, I'm going to give Kyle Walker a 6.7. Moving on to Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz played 90 minutes in the game, 91% pass accuracy, 92 touches, 9 passes into the final third, 46% accurate long balls, 3 clearances, 2 headers, 4 recoveries. He won 50% of his ground duels and 2 out of 3 of his aerial duels. Committed 1 foul and was fouled once. Ruben Diaz, this was not one of his better games, one of his worst games in recent time for City, but I cut him some slack due to, he's played a lot of football. All these guys have played a lot of football, as we'll see later on. I'm going to go Ruben Diaz. I'm going to go a 6.9 for Ruben Diaz. So I think could have been better, could have been worse. I mean, I've seen worse and I've seen better kind of thing. It's kind of a meh performance from Ruben Diaz. Next up, Akanji. So Akanji played 90 minutes, 88% pass accuracy, 2 chances created, 50% successful dribbles, 9 passes into the final third, 86% accurate long balls, was only dispossessed once, put 1 tackle in and won it, blocked 1, recovered 8. He won 40% of his ground duels and 80% of his aerial duels, which is quite good for Manuel Akanji, to be fair. Committed 1 foul and was fouled once. For me, Manuel Akanji was our best centre-back in this game. For that and those stats, I'm going to give him a 7.6 rating. I think that's only fair, really, for Akanji. Moving on to John Stones. Played 90 minutes, 94% pass accuracy, 1 successful dribble out of 1, 3 passes into the final third, 75% accuracy on the long balls, wasn't dispossessed, won 50% of his tackles, made 7 clearances, 4 headed clearances, 1 interception, 4 recoveries, won 100% of his ground duels, won 80% of his aerial duels. Really good performance from John Stones again. I'm going to give him a 7.5 for John Stones. Actually, no, I'm going to change that. 7.8 for John Stones. Next up, we have Rodri. 90 minutes. He made 1 shot. It was on target. 90% pass accuracy. On target with his 1 shot. 6 passes into the final third. 60% accuracy on the long balls. Dispossessed once. Won both of his tackles. 2 clearances, 2 headed clearances, 2 interceptions, and 4 recoveries. Won 40% of his ground duels, won 67% of his aerial duels, and committed 2 fouls in the game. Rodri looked a bit leggy for me in this game, and I'll come on to the other players that looked a bit leggy as well. It wasn't just Rodri, but yeah, I think it was a good performance. It wasn't as good as Stones or Akanji for me, and they got 7.8, 7.6. I'm going to go Rodri. I'm going to go 7.4 for Rodri in this game. It wasn't the best I've ever seen him, but, coming off a massive win against Arsenal in midweek, you can only really respect him. On the right, we've got Riyad Mahrez. Of course, got an assist for the goal. For the Alvarez goal, sorry, I should say. One assist. He made 85% pass accuracy, 3 chances created, 83 touches. One was successful 50% of his dribbles, 5 passes into the final third, 0% cross accuracy, 50% long balls. Offside once, dispossessed 3 times, won 50% of his tackles, 1 interception, 5 recoveries, and was dribbled past twice. Duels, 43% ground and 0% aerial, and was committed 1 foul. Mahrez was quite very good this game. He wasn't the best, very good, a bit of a drag, but it wasn't the best I've seen him, but it wasn't the worst I've seen him. For me, Mahrez is going to get an 8.0 flat. I think he was one of our better attackers in this game, and really, really helped. Obviously, with the assist for the goal, obviously. Moving on to Alvarez, who played 83 minutes, scored, obviously. What a goal it was. Here we go, this is the goal map. Into the very top bins. That shot only had 0.05 XG, man. Unreal shot. That one. He had 86% pass accuracy, created a chance, won a penalty, of course, to put us 1-0 up. 67% shot accuracy, missed a big chance. 33% successful dribbles, 2 passes into the final third. None of his 4 crosses were accurate, and both of his long balls were accurate. Won 100% of his tackles, made 3 recoveries, won 67% of his ground duels and 40% of his aerial duels, and was fouled once. Julian Alvarez was our best player on the pitch for me. He's going to get an 8.5. Absolutely pivotal in both the goals. He scored one and won the penalty. If Haaland wasn't playing, he would have taken the penalty as well. You think? Maybe Mahrez might have taken it, but yeah, really, really good play today from Julian Alvarez. Absolutely pivotal, fighting for that spot in the team, really. He's unreal. He's a really good backup for when we don't have Kev. Gundogan now. Gundogan looked leggy today, man. Today was not his day. He looked really, really tired today. He played all 90 minutes of the game. He had 1 shot, 84% pass accuracy. His 1 shot was on target. He missed a big chance. Only 50% of his dribbles were successful. 80% of his long balls were successful. Made 5 passes into the final third and was dispossessed once. Won 100% of his tackles. Made 1 clearance, 5 recoveries, and was dribbled past 1 time. Won 40% of his ground duels, and that's it for LK Gundogan. He looked really tired today, man. He was the worst of our attacking 5 players for me. He's going to get a 7.0 for me. He just was not up to speed today. And for me, it just wasn't a good performance from Gundogan, really. It wasn't bad, but he just looked like he needs a break. He should not be getting minutes against West Ham, man. He needs to have a break against West Ham. For me, it's just, yeah. He just looks leggy, man. Jack Grealish now. He played 90 minutes in the game. He had 3 shots, all of which on target. He made 84% of his passes were accurate. 1 chance created. 55 touches. 1 of his 3 dribbles was successful. 3 passes into the final third. He made 3 of his 4 crosses were accurate, and 2 of his 3 long balls were accurate. He made 1 block, 5 recoveries, and was dribbled past once. 43% of his ground duels, and did not win his aerial duel, and won 2 fouls. Jack Grealish was not really on it today either. He just, he was good, but he wasn't great. Jack Grealish, not one of his best performances in the last couple of weeks, but again, I kind of put it down to tiredness. We played Bayern, and then we played Leicester. What was it the other? I can't remember, but we played Bayern, we've played Arsenal, we've played we played Leicester, we played a bunch of teams really, really, really close together. I put it down to just quite tired, man. The players, they just look a bit tired. So for me, Jack Grealish is going to get he was better than Gundogan, so he's going to get a 7.2 for me, Jack Grealish. He was good, but he wasn't great. Moving on to the big man himself, Erling Haaland. Obviously, scorer of the penalty. He obviously scored 1 goal of the penalty into that bottom right corner. He created 2 chances. 65% of his passes were accurate. 50% of his shots were on target. He made 0 successful dribbles, 1 pass into the final third. He made 3 recoveries. He won 1 of his 6 ground duels and 3 of his 6 aerial duels. Won 1 foul and committed 2. Erling Haaland was better than Gundogan and Grealish, worse than Alvarez. I'm going to put him an 8.1. It's a little bit better than Mahrez for me. Wasn't a lot better than Mahrez, but a little bit better than for me. Finally, we're going to go to the subs. We've got Phil Foden and Bernardo Silva. You know, there's not much to really say about these guys. You know, they played 7 minutes, 67% pass accuracy for Phil Foden, 14 touches, 50% successful dribbles. Made 1 of his 1 tackles was successful, made 1 recovery, won 33% of his ground duels, and did not win his aerial duel. Can't really say much. I'm going to give him a 6.5 just because he was not on the pitch for very long. Yeah, I'm going to give him a 6.5 just because he just wasn't on the pitch for very long. And Bernardo Silva is going to get a... so let's have a look. So he made 86% of his passes were accurate. He did not hit his only long ball. He made 2 recoveries, won 67% of his ground duels, and 2% of his aerial duels. He didn't win an aerial duel and was fouled twice for Bernardo Silva. He came and really steadied the ship for me. I'm going to give him a 6.6. Pep Guardiola just took too long with the changes for me. I think tactically it was a good setup, but the players really let him down today for me. So I'm going to give Pep a 7.5. And the referee, we can find out his name, I believe, if we look up here. Simon Hooper, I'm going to give him a 6.0, but it's just poor. Adding on, 8 minutes added. We played like pretty much 10 extra minutes. It's just a joke, man. But yeah, that's the lineup for me. There's your player ratings. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to reach 50 subs by the time that we reach the Champions League final, or the Champions League final rolls around. Knock on wood. Yeah, so like, subscribe, share this to all your friends, comment down below what you think the player ratings should be. If I've got any of these wrong, you disagree, what do you think they should be? That's going to be it for me today.